Hello and welcome to LAKERLAND, where you hear some thoughts from some Laker fans. I'm Christian. Alongside of me, let me point right this time, is my left-hand man, Matt. How's you feeling, man? I know school just finished for you today.
Nah, facts. We just lit.
How that fresh out feeling is, man.
Bro, I took the meanest nap of all time, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, you look like it.
Free time.
You look like it, but hey, I
Oh,
respect it. I respect it for sure, bro. It's a beautiful relief. So congrats to you. And leaving off where we left off last time, I'll buy you a Prada bag. Maybe not, but a honey bun is something, bro. I got you.
honey bun is something.
I got you for sure. We got to show James Harden how it's done. Anyways, man, let's cut right to it, man. Lakers basketball is back, and it has been an incredible preseason so far. 2-0. Who would have known? We pick up right where we left off.
Nah, facts. And you know what else picked up right where they left off?
Let's talk about it, bro. There's a few people that picked up right where they left off, but let's break it down. You know what I mean? We don't got to talk about game in depth, both of the game in depth, like break it down individually. I want to cover them both together as if they were one, because at the end of the day,
Right.
we faced the same team twice, and we kind of saw the same things with a few exceptions to who was starting and who didn't get PT. I want to talk about the new fits of everybody, what we saw so far, but I think if we're talking about all the talents we got to talk about the talons we got, and that is Talon, Horton, Tucker. Come on, bro.
Man's a young goat right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Is he gonna replace Caruso's fan favorite spot? Like, he's looking really good, bro.
Bro, I just want to say, at this point, it's making me a little worried because it's like now he's kind of forcing the coaching staff's hand, and it's like the rotations, bro. I don't know. I put the roster together. I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, somebody's gonna have to take a seat, bro. Somebody.
So I guess let's cut right to it, man. Before we get into like where does he fit, and I hate that my sweater's not even right now, but screw it, man. It's all right. We home, we quarantining, you know what I mean. Anyways, cut right to it. Can he carry this over into the regular season? Do you think like, is this just like it's the preseason vibe, or is he the real deal?
Well, first of all, he's definitely a real deal talent. Like, he's like that. You know what I'm saying? He got the skills, he works hard, and he's ready to play. But the only thing that might be in difference is his usage. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's a guy who needs to have like a high usage rate for him to be in low key in that Rocket series when he played that 1 or 2 games, and he did a little something. So maybe he's just effective with every time you give him, and that would be like the best case scenario. But like I said, who knows how we're gonna even incorporate him into the rotations and stuff. It's kind of like I don't even know how Frank gonna work that out.
Yeah, there's a few definitely. I mean, we did our unanswered questions. I didn't think this would be the biggest question ever, man. I guess this, if we would have done the video now, probably one of the biggest questions would be, is Talon Horton Tucker for real? And when I asked, can it translate into actual regular season, I want to say that it can. I'm optimistic that it can. You mentioned it. He did play, I'm not going to say valuable time in the Rocket series, but it was real playoff minutes. It wasn't no burner minutes at the end. It was real second quarter, possibly third quarter. I want to say second quarter minutes, though. And he lit whoever was on him for 8 points, like off the rip. So it might be a legit thing. The kid his skill is undeniable. His confidence is impeccable. The fact that this man is face-to-face with Kawhi Leonard, face-to-face with Paul George, and it's like,
No
all right,
fear.
whatever. And just the dribbling, the in and outs, come on, bro. He is exciting to watch. The usage point you bring up can be concerning. But then I do go back to the Rockets game a little bit. Like I said, this is playoff minutes. And it seemed like the ball kind of just gravitated towards him naturally. And from what I'm seeing with him, not only can he handle the ball, and he definitely can and create his own shot. We saw moves where he was cutting. Gasol would find him. Kuz would find him. And he was moving off the ball. Corner three. You know what I mean? This doesn't happen without moving when you don't have the ball in your hands. So it is very possible, and I'm hoping it is. This is what you call rich people problems. This is great. This is the best
Yeah,
wrinkle ever. I don't want to iron
we're
this one
working with
out.
too much heat right now.
Yeah. So we got to talk about it. Should we get straight to reacting to some of this guy's greatness?
Yeah, let's get to it.
All right. Yeah. I had to pull it up because come on, man. This bull is a problem. Let's go straight right to it. Gasol. Let's talk about Gasol's playmaking up top. Oh wait, hold on. This isn't that one. This is when he snatches the ball from Kawhi, says, "Give me that," and then runs it. And then I forgot what happens. Let's see.
It makes a couple passes. I think Gasol touches it, hits him in the corner.
This was such a beautiful game. Oh, this is corner three? No way.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. What a skip pass, first of all. And if he can get a consistent shot, he's confident to take it. His shots always get close, but they're not quite exact. We'll talk about Marc Gasol's passing in a little bit. Come on, man. And then again, same thing. This doesn't happen without getting to your spots. Look at Montrez. Bro,
I like what Frank is setting up here with having Mark at the top of the key a lot of these plays.
Yeah, I'm liking it for sure. Oh, come on, bro. Yeah, let's take a minute and
Quarterbacking.
as this video plays, listen, what you like seeing from Marc Gasol with these key plays, top of the key.
Well, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely quarterbacking, you know what I'm saying? And the thing with Mark at the top of the key, he's a threat in multiple ways because he can shoot long range. So you got to respect that. And when people moving around, he has the eye to see it and pocket pass on point. Look at these passes over people's fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Over people's fingertips, it's ridiculous because he had about like 10 of those that game. You know what I'm saying? He finished with like 4 assists or something like that. But all these passes are ridiculous. And if it's not a layup for them, they find somebody else for 3 or something. So, like, just creating a lot of opportunities there with Mark at the top of the key.
My man Laker film room, who I know is competition, but also has a great podcast as well. He was posting beautiful angles. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Beautiful angles of how thin of a margin these passes are, man. Like legit, when it comes down to it, these are, you said point guard. This is legit point guard-esque plays. And why is it not clicking? I have that loads. It's just beautiful seeing it come from our center. There was a point where, oh, this is Broncha. There was a point where, oh, this is Trez doing the same thing that Mark was doing. I already seen this clip, but it's live. But there was points where I feel like we had no point guard. It was Caruso, but does Caruso really count as a point guard? With the dime to THT right there. Yesterday's game was so goddamn fun, man.
I like this offense that Frank is setting up, man. It's a lot of movement and it's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of activity.
Look at the dime, bro. Look at the dime. No. We got to look at this dime. The quality is atrocious, but look at this dime, man. A center.
Wrap around, bounce pass.
A center, bro.
On point, catching him in rhythm.
It's just, and then Talon Horton playing just tremendous defense. What I saw from him defensively too is pretty solid. He got the wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this kid is just, the potential is there. This is gonna be the THT cast. I'm not gonna lie to you today.
Yeah.
Because the fact we snaked this guy at 48, he was the 48.
And the beautiful part about it, bro, is that we have a bright spot in THT, but then like all this other stuff with the new additions that I've been seeing has been lovely too. So it's just everything overall has just been beautiful to watch. Like KCP looks like he's coming out more confident.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mark is doing his thing. Trez is working hard. You know what I'm saying? He's finishing the game with 19 and 10. And it's great to watch.
It's definitely, we asked that question when we did the thing.
Not gonna lie, man.
We asked the question when we did that thing is is our offense gonna hurt or will it get better? And Frank, so far, he has just, oh, look at the step back. Look at the step back. Oh my God, bro. Come on. Come on. Are you kidding me? Oh,
He's
and the
crap.
hammer. And the hammer. Oh God. This is
He
just,
displayed everything that you possibly could display in a
oh,
game.
there's I think I had it on other Bulls account. But there was the play where even him missing his free throw, grabbing his rebound, throwing it off Bull's chest or head, whatever it was. Like, come on. Like,
It's
this
off
is
his head.
this is what you dream of when you hear like young player, rookie. You want that hunger, you want the skill, and not only that, the most important thing at the end of the day with these youngins, especially playing on, this is a veteran team. You need confidence.
Right.
He is full of confidence. He is just a freaking bomb waiting to go off, and we might have seen, a little bit tick, 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 tick. And maybe this was the boom, but this might just be the beginning, man. 20
No,
years old.
it's definitely the beginning because, you know what I'm saying? For what I've seen and what I've heard is that he's a workhorse. You know what I'm saying? He works hard and he spends a lot of time in the gym. And when you work that hard, that's how you breed confidence. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that his work ethic and his confidence that he exudes on the court rubs off on some guys like Kuzma or, whoever else is on the court to really go out there and just have no fear because they play their best when they don't have no fear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm so cool with our thoughts just being jumbled today because that's what it just felt like watching these games. It was like, wow, THT is going off. Bro, are you seeing these passes from Gasol? Bro, do you see Gasol at the key? The spacing in the paint? Wait till Bron steps on the court with Marc Gasol.
Right.
He's going to legit just be able to go ahead and cruise in the paint, easy pass lane, the express one, doesn't have to stop, take a toll. He's cool. He is straight. It is going to be great to watch the Gasol movement. What are we thinking of Trez so far?
I mean, Trez has been exactly what I thought he was going to be. He's working hard. You know what I'm saying? He's got that Lakers pride already, and he's playing hard for us. I mean, that's all we could ask him to do. He's bringing that energy. He's getting boards. He's getting to the paint effortlessly, getting great looks at the paint. And I know it's preseason, but, I mean, we're playing a team that every time we play them, we got to prove a point. And they have the same thing, too, the same mentality. They're coming out there with their starters.
We haven't even talked about that yet.
Pretty much all the starters. Win that we had. After the first win that we had, I know they didn't want to get embarrassed again. So I know they came out with a more intense kind of mindset, thinking that, all right, this guy, this 20-year-old kid's not going to embarrass us like this again. And, hey, we're just outperforming. That's what it is. And I don't want to hear the preseason talks because at the end of the day, I think one of the commentators made a point that I thought was a really good point. Even in scrimmages and practice, you don't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what the circumstances is. Even if it doesn't count, you want to win. And it definitely showed that, at least between the Lakers and the Clippers, and we got the better end of the stick both games.
I get it. It's preseason. End of the day, the final score doesn't necessarily count. The first half counts or the first quarter counts or whatever. Whenever the stars go ahead and sit on the bench, that's what counts. The problem is with this one is Kawhi Leonard, PG were on the floor, and Talon Horton Tucker was outscoring both of them. I ain't going to throw, anything out the window and say, the craziest of craziest things because these games don't really count at the end of the day. But what does count is the fact that what Clippers should have learned last year, and I'm not trying to count my eggs before they hatch or by any means, but I heard PG say in the All the Smoke podcast, this training camp is going to be super important. We get that this year. I wasn't in training camp last year. This preseason is going to be important. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Bro, clearly, it doesn't seem like y'all are still on the same page. And I love it. You know what? Keep doing what you're doing. I see your Luke Kennard acquisition. Looks like garbage. I see your Serge Ibaka acquisition. I'm sorry. You remember when they signed Marcus Morris and he scored donuts in both of the games? Serge Ibaka is looking like is donezo for you too, bro. I'm sorry. You hit a few threes. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But I'm not tripping about the Clippers, man. We looking good.
No, we're looking great, bro. And like I said, my only concern right now is how do you manage all this heat that we have? You know what I'm saying? How do we work these rotations? And I feel like this is going to be a challenge for Frank to figure out because now we have all these weapons. How do we utilize them? I foresee that LeBron's going to have a reduction in minutes, which is probably going to be but I might open up the door for a little bit for a little more guys to get some playing time and stuff like that. But there's a whole lot of guys with some stuff to offer, man.
They all
A whole lot of
offer.
guys.
They all offer a little bit of something different too. Like we can. We
Mm-hmm.
have. We are literally creating, and it's crazy to think about, bro. The reason we won the championship last year, at the end of the day, I truly believe. Sure, we were the better team. That's without a question. But we were able to almost morph into whatever team that needed to get the job done. If we needed to play big, we got that. You wanted us to play small, we got that. You wanted to play a condensed version of, big and small at the same time, like just a normal, old regular NBA lineup, we got that. You want us to play with all defense, we got that. You want all shooters, we got that. And that's what we're just building upon this time as well. And what I'm liking about the way this roster is structured, we have multiple. We went from having no shot creators at all. I'm sometimes even Bron can't create his own shot, and it frustrates me because I'm like, you easily can get to the rim. That's your shot. But we got Schroeder now. We got Talon Horton Tucker. We have Montrezl Harrell, where you putting the ball in his hands, and I'm gonna be honest. If I see the ball in his hands, I'm like, all right, we probably scoring, probably 60% on this possession with him with the ball in his hands, because he's either gonna run to the rim or he's gonna. I've seen a few nice dishes with him too, because he just draws people in. And then Mark, I really got to see this Mark thing. For this to be your first game and the first impression, his defense was a little spotty. But that comes with time. That comes with, communication.
Right.
And he was Defensive Player of the Year, so I got faith that he can pull that together. But what this guy can do offensively, and he got such a quick trigger. His release is so quick, which is very important when you're on a team with LeBron James, because you're going to get an open shot. Will you be confident enough to take it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question. And when you can get it off that quick, I would assume you should be confident.
Right. And I feel like when Mark has the ball in his hand, bro, I just feel comfortable with whatever decision he gonna make. He was pulling out turnarounds. I was straight water. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna find somebody, and it's just, you know what I'm saying. And I just feel comfortable with the ball in his hands because his IQ is like that, and his IQ is like that on defense too. I know we were seeing some points where it was like, I don't know about his interior defense, but then also a defensive-minded person would be able to do. You know what I'm saying? He didn't need athleticism for it, but he just understands certain things around the paint. So I feel like as time goes on, like you said, we're gonna figure that out, and Frank's gonna figure it out. And I'm just excited, man. Like Talon Horton Tucker, we have KCP's getting more comfortable with the ball in his hands. I'm still waiting to see Kuzma come into his own a little bit.
Let's
I'm
talk about it.
curious to see how much playing time he's really going to have. Kind of concerned.
Yeah, that's what I kind of want to get into now. Kyle Kuzma, it's a weird relationship that at this point I have watching him play. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just feel like he steps on the court sometimes, and you call him hot and cold. It's weird. It's like he can either do so many good things or just everything wrong in 2 minutes. It's the most it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen at some points. It's like sometimes Kuzma is just a microwave and he is just like a beam of energy. And then sometimes it just feels like everything wrong with the team right now revolves around Kyle Kuzma. He'll have possessions in a row. He'll play a bad defensive end and then he'll go ahead and do some stupid pass on the other end to try to dribble way too much, or take a boneheaded shot, and then on the other end again he'll get lost on the communication with the switches or whatever the case may be, or he'll make a stupid foul, like. And then there's times where he plays great defense and he's making his shots, he's shooting quick, and I don't know, man.
I mean, in terms of the defense, he had one block and kind of bounced himself out a little bit. But then at the same time, his defense is really hurting my heart, bro. It's like if there's one area for him to focus and improve on, it would be become a good defensive player, and nobody would even say anything to even criticize because you're holding it down at least on one end of the floor. Be consistent at least one end, because offense at this point, we're not going to be expecting that much from Kyle Kuzma, a third guy or a serious option for us. You need to be a good defender, because when LeBron and them is off the floor, we had him sticking Kawhi, and we know that's going to be the matchup for a lot of these forwards. It's going to be Kyle Kuzma and them, and they tear him apart, bro, easily. Sometimes it's like he can't even really stay on his feet, so he's just looking at them taking a shot. He can't even contest because he got shifted so bad.
Yeah, you're not lying, bro. It's tough to. Me and you were clowning it. We got to enjoy it yesterday, but that's because it was a preseason game for sure. If this was to happen in a regular season game and it was down to the wire, I would have looked at all the Kuz moments and I would have been like, bro, you are dragging us the hell down. I think we might have a Rondo relationship with him this year. We asked, can he replace the swag? I think he might be able to replace the straight hatred I possibly had for Rondo. It seems like every time he stepped on the court, shit just went wrong. And I think we're definitely going to see that from Kuzma a few games this year. I'm going to continue rooting for him. But it's like, if you can't get it now in the preseason, where this is like practice on steroids, this is like a very, 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 very important scrimmage or intense scrimmage. If you can't get it done now with the two starters down, with the main option being either you or a 20-year-old Talon Horton Tucker, then when are you going to get it? And I don't know. He didn't have necessarily bad. If you look at the stat lines and the plus minuses, he didn't play bad in either of the first two games.
No, it's the eye test though, bro. If you watch and you see the errors and the problems where it could be a potential issue, because it's a confidence and a mind thing with Kuzma. It's like he gets in his head a lot of the time, and he can't be the best Kuzma he can be. You know what I'm saying? Seems like he's his biggest obstacle right now.
Yeah, maybe it's all in his head, and maybe he's just going to need to shift. It could possibly be, but that's where I hope. And you know what? Let's talk about it real quick. That's where I hope like a guy like Dudley can come in and really just continue to sit with him and talk to him. Because if not, Dudley might replace your minutes. Dudley and THT might be able to get Kuz out of here, because Dudley is my guy.
Bro. Duds was really doing duds last night. Like I'm saying, he was here with it. He was here.
Incredible. He is. I love him, man. And that's why he was a very important free agent signing. Super important. We couldn't run it back without him, truthfully, and I mean that. And watching Talon yesterday really made me think. Bron can, if he can translate this over to regular season, Bron can really just put his body in cruise control as long as he doesn't forget, who he is. Because I feel like that's the problem with Bron going into cruise control sometimes. Sometimes he forgets that he's LeBron James, and like he can get a bucket whenever he wanted to get a bucket, because he's just a machine of a man. Like he's built different. So I hope he just doesn't forget that a little too much. But this kid is a problem. He's a problem. And does he cut into Kuz's minutes? Does he cut into Caruso's minutes? Is it Schroeder's? Is it KCP? Is it Matthews? Is it a combination of all of them? Where are these coming from?
That's what's worrying me, bro, because I have no idea how everything is going to fit. I put together like the lineups and all that, and it's like it seems like there's gonna be one man who's going to have to sit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seems like to me. We forget about Keith sometimes. Keith is here.
Yeah.
And then I feel like when we look at it, it's either gonna come down to Matthews or Caruso taking a big hit.
Our real biggest problem is we're too stacked, if you want to be real.
Like you said, man, rich people problems.
This is we're too stacked, bro.
I just don't want this to translate into problems in the locker room. You feel me?
Yes, and I agree with you. If it does, though, all these people are just looking like their stock is high. So if anything really does become a problem, I trust Pelinka to do some GOAT moves and get us some even better talent.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, I mean, I have trust in Frank that he gonna figure
The
it out. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? We're gonna start to see LeBron, AD. We're gonna start seeing more of the full cast come out, and we might actually see some real rotations. So that's probably gonna clarify things.
the one thing I trust is that Frank communicates whatever his game plan is to his team very, very well. By nature, he told
Thorough.
he told Quinn Cook last year, "Hey, you're not playing this game." He told TD last year, "You're not playing this game." He said in an interview that I heard with him, he was like, "I actively told my players when I was going to try to get them playing time, and like when I wasn't able to, I went to them and I apologized for it." Like sometimes you got to roll with the punches that are happening, and you're in theory you're like, all right, this is a game where we might be able to get last year, like we might be able to get some big QC minutes, right? And what happens? I don't know. The lead gets out of hand and we can't control it. So it's a situation where, hey, this game wasn't meant for QC. I thought it was. I went to him earlier, said, hey, I'm going to try to fit you in. Get ready, get in your mindset. But at the end of the day, shit went left, and I figured out the way that their coach was coaching. I had to change my original game plan. That's what a coach does at the end of the day. But what not every coach does is communicate that to his players, and that's where the rocky relationships come. If you look at Frank and then you look at his relationship with LeBron and relationship with AD, it seems like they're cool with each other because Frank is a personable person. Like he's not just like an old man who's like, hey, yeah, get in the game. He's like, yo, let's sit down, let's talk. Did you look at the tape yesterday? All right, cool. Yeah. I noticed. You know what I mean? He's a coacher. He's a coach, bro. He's a real coach.
He's a real coach. And let's think about it, bro. Who was our bench warmers last year?
We didn't really have many. There'll be Quinn Cook.
Quinn Cook.
That was it. Jared Dudley.
Was he the only one?
Oh, if we're talking about after, we got rid of Troy Daniels, then yeah, it was Quinn Cook and Jared Dudley. You're completely frozen right now. You good? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah. But I said we had layup for a little bit. I don't know if he was like, you know what I'm saying. But that's Quinn Cook, Jared Dudley. We didn't have Keith the whole year.
We didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
But even that, there was games where Keith played an extraordinary amount of minutes, and there was games where he didn't, and it seemed okay.
Yeah, but then there was always somebody who had to sit out. Like if it was Keith playing a lot of minutes, it was probably you're not going to see Dwight.
Yeah, but that's a matter of is good. I think Gasol will be cool with that. When it comes to Gasol will be cool with that. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, Gasol will be cool with that, bro. But I just don't see a world in which we're sitting. Like, you don't see Matthews, Caruso, you know what I'm saying? I don't see a game where you don't see these players get any minutes. There's no way you can tell Caruso you're not playing this game after everything that he's done so far.
I think Caruso is probably the one who understands the most. I'll be more concerned about a guy like Dennis Schroeder. Wesley Matthews, I'm not tripping too hard about, but I think he came from a championship contending team starting to the Lakers, and he didn't come here to ride pine. He did not come here to ride the bench.
That's what I'm saying.
KCP, as much as I think maybe that he got his contract, he could feel a little better. He's a little extended. He's not really balling out for that next contract anymore. So maybe he can chill. That relationship is already established. I think the old guys, as far as the people that were on our team last year, they know. They know exactly how it goes. They know how Frank rolls. KCP, don't forget, KCP was coming off the bench for Bradley all season.
Yeah.
All season. And he took that role for what it was. Gasol he's a veteran. He's going to know. Montrez is a dog who, if you follow Montrez on Instagram, do you watch his stories at all?
Yeah.
His stories.
I love it.
Bro, it's like for example, I think today he posted and he was like 13, he had the stat line. He was like, my fault, Laker fans, not good enough. I'm like, bro, it's a preseason. Relax.
No, but that's the type of mentality he got, and it's like, I love that because he's gonna give 100%, and I don't want to see his minutes drop. I want to see his minutes be as maximized as they can be because he's gonna give us a lot in those minutes. You feel me? And like you said with those new additions, I don't want the miscommunication, which probably won't be a case because Frank communicates, and I'm hoping that will be a message I get across to these new additions. But I just don't want that to be an issue with these guys coming and thinking that they're going to have a role that might not be exactly what they envisioned in their head. You know what I'm saying?
And at the end of the day, I'm loving what I'm seeing from THT. I don't know if it translates to the regular season. I'm hoping it does. But if somebody has to sit, it might have to be him.
It can't be, bro.
He's
bro,
20 years
he
old,
forced
bro.
their hand, bro. Bro, he forced their hand. They have no choice.
All right, so it's to just go back into the THT cast.
And for them earlier episodes, Dudley already said that he's been killing in practice. I'm sure they already had him in plans to have big minutes at some point during the season. And now it says point, it's like you have no choice. It's on display for the world. Now the world is expecting to see Talon Horton-Tucker getting buckets for the Lakers. Feel me?
Yeah, that's another encouraging sign, though. It's not like when Caruso was really balling out and Luke Walton was like, I can't play this guy. I got Lonzo, and I can't figure out. I got Lonzo. I got Rondo. I can't figure out any minutes for him. Vogel knows who Talon Horton-Tucker was last year. He was so confident that he wanted to play him in the playoffs. I'm sure. I don't know if you heard the commentators talking about it, but they were like, from my understanding of it, they said, I'm sure Vogel was eager and was really trying to squeeze Horton-Tucker in there because he liked him so much. And we're talking about the playoffs, the most important basketball of the season. He played 6 games in the regular season, and the coach said, I kind of want to squeeze him in the freaking playoffs right now. Just throw him in there. That's crazy, man.
That's a lot because, I mean, that says a lot about Frank and the coaching staff because that means they're paying attention and they know their players.
It's a beautiful thing.
Like they knew he was I even knew about.
It's a beautiful thing, man. I can't wait to see how it's done. This is the THT. If we so in my eyes right now, he's 20 years old. He was the youngest player of last year's draft. Comparing him to that class, and again, this is 2 preseason games, bro. If I'm seeing what I'm seeing, he is better than a lot of last year's rookies. A long list.
For sure. I mean, you got to think about, you said it's preseason, he was matched up against Kawhi. And at a point, Kawhi was taking it personally because he was making Kawhi look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, Kawhi's putting the all-star defense on him at one point, and he's handling it. Bro, he's poised. He's handling it calm. And he's putting in work. He's taking the ball away from Kawhi. Give me that defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's playing like he's been here in the league for 10 years already, and he's an all-star. It's scary to see.
I can't forget the possession where Kawhi was in his mug, bro. 20 years old, in his mug. Like, some real – you would think that – you remember when the All-Star game last year went to the 24-point thing, and it was like every bucket was the most tightly defended bucket in the world?
Nice.
That's how Kawhi was playing Talon Horton-Tucker.
Bro, and he was so calm. It didn't faze him not one bit.
He had an open shot. His shot wasn't falling that first game. His shot did fall yesterday. And once that's what I'm saying. His confidence is there. If he can have a good in my eyes, looking back at what we just saw yesterday, that first game, that might have been an off shooting night for him. That was an off shooting night for him. And that's scary.
Spooky. Real spooky.
Oh man, it's gonna get fun. It's gonna get fun. Let's talk about some other of the new additions. We only saw Wes Matthews and Dennis Schroeder for game one. What do we think of how we saw them perform?
I definitely like to see Wesley shoot. I don't think he knocked down a lot of shots, but I mean he's definitely a confident enough shooter to take those shots. And unlike Danny Green, he could put the ball on the floor and even create a couple shots for himself. So man, that's refreshing to see because that's definitely an upgrade regardless of whatever the case is. And shooter, definitely a refreshing thing to see a point guard out there, running the game. But it was a little sloppy at first. I don't think we had much of a game plan. It was pretty much go out there and play for a little bit. For that first game, at least, I think the second game we had more of a set offense that we were seeing. First game was pretty much just go out there, get some screens, run up and down the court, and I mean it was cool to see. I'm excited to see Dennis in the actual offense and see how he handles that as the point guard. Will create shots for himself and other people, and that's the most we could ask him to do.
Yeah, Dennis, like you said, he was a little too loose for me in the first preseason, but also our whole team was. It wasn't really him. It was I'm not going to say they didn't have a game plan as preseason. They just didn't really have a play style then and there. Whether
Yeah,
it was
it's pretty
because
much just all a bunch of pick and rolls and
Montrezl
just figure
Harrell
it out.
was the starting center. So to put that in hindsight, I don't know how many center minutes Harrell's going to get. Really, I would say he probably gets at center 10 a game, maybe. I would say Mark probably gets 20. And maybe Harrell gets like 14 minutes a game at center, then AD eats up the other 14 or whatever the case may be. But yeah, he was a little too uncontrolled for me. But I would love to see him in a controlled environment because I loved, bro, just pick and rolls. Thank God, Vogel does do them. It looked great. I love that him and Harrell just off rip went right to the pick and rolls. We saw Harrell get some buckets. Schroeder was a little bit, I'm going to say unconfident sometimes with the mid-range, but he did shoot a few as well. He got blocked from behind a little too much for my liking, but like I said, I think he will get it together. He's not going to have to be the main ball handler every game like he was in that game, and that's what it came down to. He was the only, especially without Marc Gasol, he was the only person that can get shots for other people that game. So
and it's crazy too because he reminds me so much of Rondo with his play style, the way he can get to the basket, and he has a little softer touch around the rim than Rondo, and he has a better jump shot. So, I mean, and he can create his own shots mid range and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Once he gets a little comfortable, I always expect new Lakers players to feel a little nervous and anxious coming in their first couple of games because putting on a Lakers jersey is no joke. Expectations is all the way up here. Yeah, the expectations is championship expectations. So I always let that stuff slide a little bit, give it a little leeway first couple of games because, like I said last year, it took him a while to even get comfortable. His jump shot was looking a little scary for a while. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's part of the territory, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have patience with these guys and have confidence in their talents.
Dennis Schroeder running that pick and roll with AD. You mentioned Anthony Davis, bro. I'm not going to lie to you for a second. We're talking about THT. We're talking about Harrell Gasol. I forgot that we got it.
You forgot, right, bro? We've been playing these games without
oh, man.
Our two best players.
It's if you would have told me, and I think I texted you this once they dropped the starting lineups. I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, this would be an alright team. This is a solid starting squad. And we were talking about Matthews, who I don't believe is going to be starting, Kuzma, who I don't believe is starting, Harrell, who I don't believe was starting. Like those were some of the three men in there, and I was just like, these are bench players, and they can they all just like look valid as a starting lineup guy. Like it looks like, oh, who's starting? Oh, okay. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, who the hell is that guy?
I think it's perfect for us coming to such an unorthodox season, short off season, and like real low recovery time for guys like LeBron and AD who just beat up their body in a long playoff run. And there's going to be a lot of times for them to actually get some rest during the season because we have so many guys who can pick up the slack and actually win games for us. You know what I'm saying? So
you remember last year when especially in the beginning of the season when Bron would go to the bench and everything would just fall apart.
mm-hmm.
I don't think that's happening this
I
season.
don't think that's happening, bro. We have too many guys who can control the pace, control the floor, can play defense, and can just keep it up the energy. You know what I'm saying? And
To go back to him, and I'm gonna keep just drawing back to him. THT. Speaking of control and pace, that's another thing. The guy, like, it feels like the game just it's slow in his hands. Like that's one of the big things that rookies always have to adjust to. It's always, how does the game come to them? Like, it's always so quick in the beginning, and it's a matter of slowing down and really just, all right, where am I at? What am I doing? Am I setting somebody up? You know what I mean? It's a matter of being able to view the game in seconds and, well, in minutes and not seconds, for example, like that. And THT, it just seemed like, I'm dribbling. Okay, I'm getting my shot off here. Okay, no, I'm gonna pass to the cutting man. I'm gonna swing it, and we're gonna legit get the whole ball back to me, and I'm gonna drain this three. Like, the game just comes to him, and he's able to see it so far in a phenomenal fashion. And Clippers, weren't they known for their defense last year? I get it. It's training camp. It's preseason. You said you don't want to lose. You wouldn't want to lose anything, but at the same time, you want to make sure you're playing close to what you consider your best level come opening day. And you're not going to get that from
right around the corner.
Yeah, you're not going to get, especially because it is right around the corner. It's not like this team was together, for 30 days already. It's been 14 days. Like, you want to make sure you're almost game ready. They don't look game ready. Maybe they'll get it together. I'm not going to count them out by any means, but we look already game ready. Remember when I told you that KCP said this just felt like another practice with some new faces? That's what this team kind of felt like. Yesterday was so enjoyable, and I was just laughing, and I was chilling, and I was like, this is just Lakers basketball.
It's beautiful.
And our stars weren't sitting on the bench, bro.
Yeah, bro. And I was watching it like it was a full cast out there. Like,
oh man.
And a big part about THC too, I feel like is like critical to him blossoming right now in the league. Is I feel like he's a student of the game, and he took his time on the bench to really observe, and even in practice probably, LeBron James and Rondo and these type of real legendary players in the game. And I think he really watched how they played and learned a lot because, like, in terms of pace, I feel like he got that from Bron. You know, learned how to control his pace, figure out where to go, find guys on the move. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he got watching his team win a championship and then contributing as well. So, I mean, this guy's a big-time player, student of the game for sure, workhorse. Can't wait to see what he got in store this season. It's going to be exciting to see, bro.
I could talk about this guy all day. I'm not going to lie to you.
All day.
Well, I mean, we have. If you check our text messages, it's just been like, from yesterday to today, it's like, yo, this boy THT, he's it. But, man, so, like, for rookies, for development, it's like most rookies develop by kind of just learning through experience and playing on a trash team to the point where, like, okay, I had to take every shot, so I now know how to create my own shot. Mm-hmm. For THT, it's completely different because it's almost like he is starting in a place where I have to just know how to play winning basketball. This really isn't, as much as I want to get mine, it's more so about winning basketball. And it's a beautiful thing because LeBron James is on the sidelines cheering the kid on. And that's very encouraging. It's not a rookie cheering him on. It's not the guy on the end of the bench cheering him on that you don't know who it is. It's LeBron James who's in your corner. It's Anthony Davis who's in your corner.
It's Aubrey Graham.
It's Aubrey Graham who's commenting on the Sports Center pick saying, I was trying to tell y'all about him. Drake.
Stop it.
Drake said, I always knew it. No, bro, come on, man.
Stop it.
Man. If we want to digress real quick, I can't believe Drake delayed his album because he got an ACL injury. Did you see that? I know you did.
No, I seen it.
This man is really
this
talking.
Man acting like he KD is.
He said I had to push the album back because my knee, I can't walk. Like, bro, if you don't sit down and record, motherfucker, get out of here. Oh, man. But it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Hopefully, with THT's growth and really the leadership that he can learn, maybe he can one day mentor Kuz and get Kuz right. Really be that big brother that Kuz needs. I think he needs another big brother. He got like probably 5 at this point on the team, but he might need another one after seeing how THT kind of sunned him yesterday. But I'll be rooting for you, Kuz. You're just gonna get some nice nice jabs here and there. It's out of love. It's out of love. Try to think what else. Who do we got on the way? We got Suns on the way. CP3, Devin Booker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited because that's gonna be a young, I guess young. I'm used to saying young because it's Devin Booker and Ayton. What you said?
My fault. He was breaking up. But no, I was saying I feel like it's gonna be an actual preseason field because I feel like every time we see the Clippers, it's always something to prove or always just, I'm saying something behind them to play. This time it's actually gonna be preseason runs. Just getting into the offense, figuring out different things. I think we're actually gonna see lineups that we want to see or expecting to see, and more of that preseason feel without the rivalry in the background. You feel me?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if I was to predict, I would probably say both. But if not both, I'd probably say AD. I would assume one of the 2 stars, if not both stars, play against Suns. Parts of me thinks Frank Vogel is such a chess master that he was like, I don't really want to show who our starting lineup might be or how we might play with our stars because we're going to face Clippers on opening night. And I want every dub and I want to hit them every time I can. So parts of me almost thinks Frank wanted to sit him for that reason. So I think the next game that we see and the next 2 games we see, which is both against the Suns, are going to be more so, all right, I'm going to start my my actual starters, the LeBrons, the ADs in the first half. Then they're going to sit the second half, and I'm going to let all these other boys cook. You'll see the Talon. You'll see the Montrez, maybe K-Cock. Is THT better than Kostas? Do you think Kostas might be taking into any of his minutes at all?
I don't got no comment on Kostas, man, because he's like our new mana right now. So
if we do what we did at KCP to Kostas, get out of here. Rob Pelinka, we gonna have to talk because you are a prophet.
Nah, for real.
And that's something we do got to talk about. There's a real quick as we celebrate, THT and Anthony Edwards just had a highlight. I'll catch that after the fact. But this sign I do want to pull up the track record. All of Lakers' late picks from 2014. I'm going to run late picks. We're talking about 25 and over.
Oh, yep.
These are when you talk about
NBA players.
When you talk about a draft and a team got the 25th, I mean, honestly, anytime a team reaches like the 20th and above, you're kind of like, okay, if you can get a steal here and there, that's cool. But most of these players, you turn off the draft, you don't care anymore. It's over. You already got your top 10, you got your top 15. You're good. You're solidified. These are for the teams that kind of like, you don't want the rich to get richer. Let's not reward them. Well, this is how the Lakers have been scouting. 2014, Jordan Clarkson, the 46th pick. The guy that just was a contender for 6th Man of the Year, who's going to probably be one this year for the Utah Jazz, who just got another pretty solid deal. That guy, 2014. Nice. 2015, Larry Nance Jr., on the Cleveland Cavaliers, so you might not see him every day. But Cleveland Cavaliers gave him a bit of a bag. For the 27th pick, not many 27 picks get bags. Ivica Zubac, he's a scrub. No, but you know what?
Clippers starting center.
Clippers starting center. Who would be dumb enough to give him a bag? I do want to talk about that Clippers thing I sent you too. We'll talk about that after this. 2017, Kyle Kuzma. Not for nothing. Great. That's an awesome 27 pick. He was a first rookie all-team. Kyle Kuzma on a trash team, he's lighting you up for 20 points a game. I'm almost confident in that. I'm confident in that. Josh Hart, number 30. I still, to this day, Josh Hart is a guy that fits on this Lakers team.
Yeah, bro, I love Josh Hart. Hopefully he can make his way back somehow. God knows he's trying.
He wants to. He wants to for sure. Thomas Bryant. That Washington Wizards team that has Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, that's their starting center. This bull is nice. He's no joke. He just got a shout-out from who yesterday? It might have been Perkins, which I guess isn't that big of a shout-out. But somebody, some predominant, somewhat NBA figure, former basketball player, said that Thomas Bryant is a perfect fit for the Wizards. And if you guys never watch Wizards basketball, watch it for Thomas Bryant because he's a great player. Speaking of Wizards, 2018, Mo Wagner. We shipped him. We shipped Isaac Bonga to Wizards as well. And both of those players are looking like they're studs. Fima Kayu was a leading scorer in the Pistons preseason game. And Pistons are a trash team anyways because they cut LiAngelo. Once a Laker, forever a Laker. Shout out Lonzo. But Fima Kayu, who was one of the best three-point shooters in the league last year. Come on, he was a 47th pick. Talk to me nice. And then Talon Horton-Tucker, number 46 of 2019, the youngest player in the draft. It might not be the youngest player on Clutch. I think they got Anthony Edwards to my knowledge. But come on, bro. Talk to me nice. RJ Barrett, who the hell are you?
They were sleeping on my man's talent, bro. Why they let him get that far in the draft, bro? That's crazy.
Lakers didn't have a second-round pick. We bought this pick. The rich get richer. Thank you, Richard Paul.
Thank you, Richard Paul. Facts.
But yeah, man, this is gonna be incredible. If we get to see the growth of talent, I confidently believe, bro, he might be a top. As far as right now, if he can just deliver a solid, man, I honestly don't know. I feel like if he's on the trash team, he's lighting you up. Bad too.
Crazy.
Oh man.
Without a doubt, bro. He's going crazy.
I don't know. But from what I'm seeing, I don't think RJ Barrett could do it. I've just seen Talon Horton-Tucker do.
I mean, RJ just dropped 25, but I don't see him being. He's not as well rounded as talent, bro. I don't know because I've seen the Knicks games, and RJ is definitely a talented player, but as well rounded as THT, I don't know. I don't think so, bro. There's no way. He's not as, bro. Talon plays like a vet, bro.
A vet, bro. Are you kidding me? Do you see the moves he was putting on, like, a defense? Bro, Paul George was a defensive player of the year nominee, I'm pretty sure. Or at least a defensive team guy. Mm-hmm. Kawhi Leonard, defensive player of the year winner. I'm not going to say, they were trying their hardest, but Kawhi did have some possessions where he looked like he was trying his hardest. And
he was, bro. He was. Because you don't want to keep getting embarrassed by this 20-year-old kid who just, came out the cut. People didn't even know. People on his own team didn't even know how old he was, bro.
This is some shit, man. The emergence of THT might be the thing I'm going to look out for the most this year, and I did not think that was going to be the case.
Me either, bro. Like you said before when you brought up Dud saying, yo, look out for THT. He's killing them in practice. I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. He's not going to get no burn. I don't know, bro.
You might have to swallow those words, bro.
I swallowed them all. Pause. I swallowed that shit. Because, bro, I'm not going to lie, bro. this man THT is balling, bro. If he's not getting at least 20 minutes a game, there's something going on.
It might be like that, bro. It was to the point where I was like, "Yo, Bron could really sit out the first half of the season. If he wants to wait to, he wanted to wait to MLK Day. That's cool with me, bro. Wait to MLK Day. We'll be fine.
You can go on vacation all out with your family. Like
Go to Cabo, man. Go to Atlanta. Go get a Prada bag with little baby, bro. It don't really matter at this point.
Facts.
Like, you fine. We're fine. Oh man, we're gonna be talking hot all year, and I hope that we can't be in the position where we could get like, you know, memed up and, you know, in one of those cuts where it's like, ha 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 Clippers, and then, you know, some shit happens. But honestly, right now, I'm on cloud 9, and we'll see if we can get to 10 with Talon.
Heavy.
Before we log off of here, I want to talk about 2 more things because the podcast. We'll see how they come in. I got a busy work schedule right now, because COVID trying to mess me up, trying to screw my life up. I ain't gonna lie to you. But let's talk about. Wait, why'd you send me Noah Vonleh and then you said this is the craziest shit I ever seen?
Bro, he got released for having COVID, bro.
Oh wait, they waived him? What?
Like what? I've never seen nothing like that before in my life, bro.
Has tested positive corona and will be waived. That's and what's crazy is, bro, that's the guy that had the announcer talking spicy.
No, talking crazy, bro. That's all I was saying. That's like the only highlight.
That's crazy. Anyways, oh wait, did I not send you the Clippers thing?
Probably not.
I'm not. No, I did. Okay, so there's a story from TMZ. TMZ isn't. I mean, maybe they have a few TMZ. They got TMZ Sports brand, so maybe they can be, you know, a at least credible source. But a man named Johnny Wilkes is suing Jerry West for $2.5 million. He says he agreed to work with West for a small fortune in exchange for getting Kawhi in a Clippers uniform, but West never paid him. Wilkes says he has close ties to Kawhi and Kawhi's uncle, Dennis Robertson. As in April 2019, he and Jerry West exchanged contact information. A few weeks later in June, West asked Wilkes to help him court Kawhi to Los Angeles. He immediately went to work and began convincing Kawhi and his uncle the Clippers were the right team for him right after he won a championship with the Raptors. Wilkes says he told West and the Clippers they needed to get another star like Paul George to hook Kawhi. He then says he helped connect West with Kawhi's uncle. This information was vital, said in the lawsuit. Wilkes also says he helped facilitate a deal between Kawhi's uncle and Jerry West, in which West agreed to give Uncle Dennis a Southern California home and a travel expense account. Wilkes claims even after the $2.5 million agreement, he has received nothing from West or the Clippers, and he is now asking for $2.5 million plus damages.
First of all, that whole shit is hilarious. At this point, the Clippers needs to just change their logo from the C to the L. And you know what I'm saying?
No, wait, hold on. There's only one L logo. We're not doing that. We can't do that, bro.
Nah, you're right.
Come on.
But you know what that L stands for, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the premise of my message here.
Yeah, they put the loss in Los Angeles.
That's a ball. For real, though. And it's like, bro, honestly, that guy, he's not going to win nothing because you can't win nothing I don't think on verbal agreements or something. Like, I don't think, what can you do with that? Like, it has to be like a contractual thing.
It would have to be contractual, but if he does have any proof of this, that is the most tampering thing I've ever heard in my life. Because first of all, you're not allowed to talk to the person until free agency goes up and is valid. And that doesn't happen in June. And that's when he said that was happening. And not only that, you're able to give a contract and money. You're not able to buy a state and what was the other thing? Uncle Dennis's home and what type of bullshit is going on? A Southern California home and a travel expense account. not even to the goddamn player.
Travel, yeah.
Like that. This is the most. If this is, and I'm. This is just fun to bag on the Clippers for at this point. If this is true, this is some shit. Clippers need to get kicked out of the league. They got to go to Seattle. They got to definitely never wear that Clippers name. Even they could keep the Clippers name. It doesn't mean shit. But what they do got to do, they got to go to Seattle. They got to lose draft picks, even though, hold up, they can't lose draft picks because the Thunder took them all, and then the Knicks took some more.
They don't got none.
It's over.
Crazy for the Clippers right now.
If they don't win, oh wait, we didn't talk about it. Paul George got extended
for big bread.
Oh man, and bro, he got. I don't know if you heard the clip, but he's back with his old trainer, and he's about to. What did he say? He said he's about to kill kill motherfuckers, man.
I'm not worried about Paul George. He can really go off the season, and I feel like it's not going to mean much to the Clippers anyway.
I was looking at that lineup the other day, bro, and like I said, right now we at the top. We talking about rich people problems because last year we couldn't, after AD and LeBron, it was like I don't know who's scoring the next basket. But at this point now, I'm like, oh, we got Dennis, we got Trez. KCP looks like a bucket at this point. Gasol, he's doing his own thing in a different way, creating mad buckets. And then I'm seeing Talon. So I'm like, all right, we got wild options. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the Clippers, and I'm like, Lou Will's there. And he's going to do him, but he's such a liability on defense. I don't know if that's going to work out a lot of times, especially in the playoffs. And then I was like, who the hell is going to be what they had last year? Last year was like you are going to get killed on every – it's just like you're going to get killed when the starters are in. You're going to get killed when the bench is in. You're going to get killed when they're all in together. And now I'm like, they might be able to kill you once in the game, but they ain't going to kill you again. Luke Kennard.
Yeah, bro. And our defense is different, too, at the same time. So it's like I'm not even really worried about Kawhi and PG going crazy because, I mean, we have something for that. Like, we only have our best defender on our floor the past 2 preseason games. The best defender in the whole NBA we have on our team. So,
bro, yeah, you mentioned, Marc Gasol maybe not being that rim protector. And, hey, you know who is a rim protector that didn't touch the floor at all? Marc Gasol doesn't have to rim protect. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine, bro. He just has to play some good post defense, be there on the help, and talk on defense. That's literally what he needs to do, and I'm pretty sure he knows how to do that. So
this is gonna be a fun year. The 22nd, man. The 22nd. We have 8 days as we record. By the time this drops, this means we are a week away from real Lakers basketball. Not like Talon Horton-Tucker didn't just give you real buckets. He gave you real buckets. My Talon Horton-Tucker jersey, I know it might be expedited shipping if you guys can, but family members, if you're watching, feel free. THT, his name is Horton-Tucker. I'm cool with the jersey. I'm size small, please. Just saying. Oh, man. But, bro, I think we covered everything we covered. We talked about THT. Let me just make sure. We talked about THT. Talked a little bit about Schroeder, Harrell, Gasol, Kuz, THT, Matthews, THT, Clippers, THT, and then THT. Right? We covered all that?
Yeah. Did you mention THT, though?
I skipped the last one. My fault. I got into it. I don't know. Internet connection was unstable. Man, this is gonna be fun, and we gonna see it all. And I'm sure we'll be back before maybe not our preseason ends, right before the season starts. I'm sure we'll hit you with another one. But for now, I think that's all we got to say, Matt. I'm used to hearing something right before we get off. How it goes one more time?
18 on the way. THT on the way.
Come on, baby. The Marc Gasol assist. And now let's go. Because if I don't see you, well, THC, you know what? You have a good afternoon. You have a good evening, and you have a good night, sir. Get your rest. Eat your Wheaties. Call Rich. Stay away from Lethal Shooter. And we going to be good. We going to be great. But we'll see you next time.
Karma gon' come, hope I'm ready when she do. All the good die way too young, hope I ain't good enough for you. If I ever get caught up, hope it ain't shit left I could prove. Cause I'm only 21, ain't got shit left I could